Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fiercely Vulnerable. My name's Ryan. This is my intro to my first episode that I will be doing. I hope you all end up liking and enjoying the show. I want to first start off that God gave this to me because I couldn't have come up with this idea on my own at all. And, the purpose and the concept of the show is really to provide a platform for conversations that are genuine and authentic, that provide, encouragement, that are impactful, that will, encourage people to move forward. Really, there is no agenda. It's more going to be wherever the flow takes us in the conversation. It's going to be genuine, authentic conversations that are on a more deep, more meaningful level. And, I really wanted to inspire people, to gain strength through being vulnerable. And, through our actions, we're really more than what we think we are through God. We're more than we think we can be, and He will always lift us up and show us the way. Courage is contagious. And this is what inspires me. This is why, I fight for truth and for my children. So many people walk around in this world guarded and afraid to fully feel. And I wish it wasn't so. But I feel it changing with a collective consciousness moving forward. I've always thought that the best conversations in life are the ones that almost move us to tears, because you're truly feeling everything, and you're having a genuine, open conversation about something that's impactful and meaningful. But the most important conversations are the ones that you have with yourself daily, when you get out of bed every day and decide how you're going to move forward. I encourage you not to be afraid. This is our journey together. I want you to take my hand. I want you to come with me, and let's go on this journey together into a new realm where we openly have conversations without holding back. We've all faced adversity, especially on this journey. We've all felt the pain, losing family, friends, relationships. Wasn't a lot of fun. But I want to rebuild all that. And that's where I'm going with this. We all have so much to share. We all have stories. And they really need to be shared. I think that's how we're going to change the world. If this program, what I'm doing here, even helps just one person, then I will deem this a complete success. I want to be the change in the world, but I have to change in order for the world to be what I want it to be, what I see it to be. So it starts here. It starts right now with you and me. And I'm going to go for it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done this before. But I'm going to move forward, no fear. I'm going to be bold, resilient, and I'm going to persevere. I'm going to go for it. And I urge each and every one of you to to do it yourselves. We also need to be kind, especially to those folks out there who are just now starting to figure it out, and that really need us in their lives to help them move forward into this realm. You know what? I never thought I'd ever be doing this, ever, ever. But I feel that, I'm going to go first. I'm going to tell my story, the story that I want to share, my vulnerability, my fierce vulnerability, and how I got to this place, how I arrived here at this moment right now. I don't know how I could even ask someone, a guest, to come on with me and sit down and have a conversation with me if I don't possibly go first. I'm opening a door, and that's all I can do. But, before I get to my story, there's some thank yous that I have to address. And you all know who you are. I want to thank my friends, my new family, everyone that God brought to me on this journey. I want to thank you for pushing me to do something, again, outside of the box of something that I would have normally never even thought of doing. I have spent the last 5 years getting comfortable being uncomfortable. And I'm uncomfortable right now. And you all know who you are, each and every one of you. I love you all. Thank you so much for seeing something in me that, quite frankly, I never saw in myself. And I'm grateful. Thank you. So before I get into my story, I want to recognize God nods. I never believe in coincidences. I don't believe they exist. Things come to light along the way. You just need to be consciously aware and pay attention and catch the signs when they show themselves. It'll change your life. Most of you all know this already, but we need to be reminded every now and then. So this is my story, the one that I want to share with you, the one that broke me down, brought me to my knees. At one point in my life, I thought I had everything I ever wanted. I had a beautiful wife, 2 children, a home, the American dream, everything that I deemed that I thought I wanted and needed. And it's interesting that once you get comfortable and you think you have it all figured out, God has other plans. This is a story about how I recognized God returning to my life and filling my soul. And so I begin. So it was the morning of late August 29th, 2019. I was laying in bed with my wife. We were holding hands. We were having a conversation, chatting. I had been working long hours for 6 weeks and was just worn out, traveling. And I came to the point where it was, I want to sleep in this morning. And so she got up and was getting the girls ready for school. I laid in bed for a few more minutes, relaxed, and then jumped in the shower. And when I jumped in the shower, I sensed something wrong because the time was getting away. I got out, I got dressed, went out, and they had already packed up and left. So I assumed that they had, been late for school or something, because we had a golden rule, and really it was my golden rule. And my golden rule was, by the time I was 32 years old, I had lost 5 of my dearest friends. And I lost them through the gamut, whether it be a drug overdose, a suicide, a murder, a car accident, a health problem. It was my rule. You never leave without saying goodbye. Even if we're in an argument, we always say goodbye to one another. And that particular morning, they had left. And I had a later meeting that day, about 9:30 or so. I went on my way to my meeting, and I called my wife, to chat like we always do. And she was on a hike, walking around a lake with her friend Carol. And she was agitated. She was having a good time. She just wanted to get off the phone because she was enjoying her time with Carol. So I just kind of giggled and got off the phone with her. And I went about my meeting. When my meeting was done, I got in my truck, and on the radio, it was around 11 o'clock. On the radio, there was a news report of an accident, a major accident, up on a predominant highway up near where we live, and said it's pretty bad from what they were talking, and they had the roads closed down. And they didn't know when they were going to reopen them. I didn't think anything of it. I thought, wow, it must be bad. So I went about my day, and little did I know that this is when God would enter my life full force. I went home. We were preparing for the Labor Day weekend. It was a Thursday. We were going to celebrate the weekend, good food, have some cocktails, fires out back, just enjoy that weekend together. And so I did what I would normally do at the end of the week, and I went to the store, and I would always bring her home a bottle of wine and flowers. And so as I got closer to my neighborhood on the highway, this is about 2:30 or so at this point, and the road was still shut down, and I couldn't go my normal path, so I reroute to where I needed to go to get done what I needed to get done. So, and this is the first God nod that I was not aware of at the time. I would go in, and I would always pick up, like I said, a bottle of wine for her. And there was this particular pallet that was in the store. It's from Spain, and it was there that day, that weekend, in fact. But when all the wine was gone, they never replenished this particular brand. And this was the name. This is the bottle. So I came home, put the bottle on the counter with the flowers, went downstairs, and decided to get an early start to the Festivus weekend. I cracked open a beer, turned on the television, played a little music, relaxed, and then the phone rang about 3:30, and it was the school. And I thought, they must be calling to inform me that there's no school on Monday. It's a holiday. It's Labor Day. And then I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to answer anyways. So I answered, and there was a lady on the other line, and she had said, "Are you guys coming to pick up your daughter?" And immediately my heart dropped. I knew something was wrong, because that is not something normal. My daughter always wanted to be first picked up, and Bren was a stay-at-home mom, so she could do that. And Immediately, I hung up. I said, we'll be there. I called my wife. It rang. It went into voicemail. I didn't like that feeling that came over me. I called again, and it went directly into voicemail. So then I called my daughter, my oldest, not my biological daughter, but it's Bryn's firstborn from her first marriage. But she's my daughter, and she was 16 at the time, and our youngest is 6. And I said, "Hey, have you heard from your mom?" And she said, no, I haven't. I tried calling her too. And I said, okay, well, I have a feeling there's something up because I just got a call from the school and I need to go pick up Ava. And so I went to the school and I told my oldest to meet me there. And so she did. And I said, hey, I'm not really sure what's going on right now. I called her friends and nobody's heard from her. And we're just going to go home. We're going to take Ava in the house. And we had a private conversation. It was important to me to not alarm the 6-year-old any more than she had already been shaken up that mommy didn't show up. And so we got home. She went to her room. My oldest got the cartoons on for her. But as we pulled up into the cul-de-sac, there were 2 state troopers that had no business there. I'd lived in the house for quite some time, near a decade at that point, and had never seen state troopers in the cul-de-sac before. And I drove up to them and asked them and said, hey, I called the dispatch 45 minutes ago, and I told them that I cannot find my wife. She's not answering her phone. And they said they would get back to me, and then I haven't heard from them. And that was when he informed me that there were some folks in the trooper vehicle behind that had some information for me. So when I parked, the girls went inside. I walked over, and the 2 troopers got out of the car and identified me, and they informed me that, but I never heard a word. I blacked out. I dropped to my knees. I always wondered what happened on that site, because it's your spouse and you're not there. And that kind of always goes through your mind, kind of haunts you, so to speak. And I then had to go inside and inform my daughters what had happened. And the hardest thing I've ever done to this day was get down on one knee and tell my 6-year-old that mommy went to heaven. And to this day, I wish I could unhear the squeal that came from her as I hugged her and she told me she didn't want mommy to go to heaven. Absolutely destroyed me. And I used to refer to it as the worst day of my life. But time heals that, and perspective as well. And now I refer to it as the day that my life was changed forever. That was when God entered my life full force. And I was about ready to receive him completely. You can imagine what I was going through at that moment in time. Then there was the rebuilding phase of my life. Where do I go from here? What do I do? I'm alone. I have no idea what I'm doing. My partner's gone. I have daughters to take care of. I'm completely out of my element. You can imagine I was a completely broken and shattered man at the time. And if I'm going to be honest, and I'm not proud of it, I was broken and shattered and didn't know what I was doing. And I buried my head in a bottle of booze for 6 months. It took me 3 months in order to walk around and function in society without wearing sunglasses. And at the end of that 6 months, I remember the day that I decided to change my life. It was that weekend before, and we had a snow day, and I really used to enjoy snow days, cooking, burning fires, hanging out inside. And I was really missing my partner, the one that had my back through everything. And needless to say, I buried my head in a bottle of booze that weekend and had too much, to the point that when I got out of bed Monday, I could barely function. The children never saw any of this. This was me going through my own process. And the day I changed my life was February 24th, 2020. I was crying. I had my sunglasses on again for the first time in 3 months. Could barely function, went into the office. I was just an emotional wreck. You know, I cried every day for north of a year. Every day. I shed more tears than I have my entire life. In fact, I didn't realize that you could dehydrate yourself by crying. But I found that out. You can do that. Anyways, I took a long look in the mirror that night. And I didn't like what I saw. I knew I'm better than this and that I have to be there for my kids. And at that moment, I asked myself, how bad do you want it? You're going to need to dig deep. You know, what do you got inside of you? And I know you're better than this. And I picked myself up and I turned to God. That's all I had. At that moment forward, I really dove in. No excuses, none anymore. It's you against the world. I've always been disciplined when I put my mind to it. And I knew what I wanted. And I was disciplined. It was time to strengthen my mind. I worked out 5-6 days a week, regardless of the weather. It's just a construct. I would go on hikes. I dove really deep into fixing myself and being there for my family, my kids. You know, going on hikes in 10 degrees with sleet coming down on the side of a mountain, and no excuses, I'm doing it. Cold showers. Whew. I hate cold showers. But it's all a part of the process of strengthening my mind. and getting to where I needed to be. At that moment it hit me. I needed to stand for truth. There's something wrong with the world. I could just feel it. And then COVID hit. A couple weeks after, it was February 24th, and that started March 16th. So it wasn't a lot of time. And now we were truly alone. When we needed people, the world went crazy. They were scared and afraid, and we refused to play along with that. However, we had a leg up on everybody, most people. We had just experienced one of the worst things that we could possibly experience. And we were defiant. In that rebuilding process, there's no fun. There was zero fun. But I turned to God. It's all I had. All those sleepless nights, all the people that were gone, that left when we were alone. We had to persevere. We had to get tough. And we did. If it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be where we are today. He picked us up. I wasn't alone like I thought I was. He was with me the whole time. I just needed to recognize it. Turning to God was the best thing I ever did, because it's all I have. It's all we have. And all those times that I thought, I needed a person. I needed someone to talk to. They weren't there for me, during the struggle, during COVID, when the world was crazy. All those sleepless nights, listening to my daughter crying, missing her mom. Faith was all I had, and that's all I still have. So we went on a mission, me personally, to spread light to as many people as we could, not to be afraid. And there was something I was listening to one day, and it resonated with me, and I shared it with as many people as I could. And I said, Mike Tyson's trainer, Cus D'Amato, one of his best quotes, in my opinion, is, "Fear is like fire. It must be contained, or it will destroy everything." And I think about everything that was destroyed during that COVID thing. All the relationships, people running scared. They were controlled through fear, and we refused to be afraid. So let's get back to God Nods. So through all of that, it's when my spirituality was really starting to blossom, and I was starting to pick up on things. Heavy duty. Numbers, I see numbers all the time. 11:11, 12:34, 1:11, and so on. Every day for years now. And whenever I feel, low or in the dumps, I pray and I ask God to show me my numbers, so I know that He's with me and that I'm not alone. And He always does. So now we get to the healing part, or, before we get to the healing part, I wanted to elaborate as well on the God Nods of recognizing people who come into your life at the right time that teach you lessons. They may be there for a brief amount of time. They may be there for longer. They may be lifelong friends. But to recognize that there are no coincidences and learn the lessons you're supposed to learn and recognize them as they show themselves is very important, which is something I've learned on this journey. So my healing began in Nashville in April of 2022. I went to a conference that, some of my friends who aren't on the same page would call a truther convention, right? After all, that's all we want is the truth. And it was my mission. I was driven by that. I knew there was something desperately wrong with the world. And what I did at that moment was talk to a buddy of mine that I went to high school with. And I told him about the event, and I thought it would be great. We should go. Someone was telling me we should go. So we booked tickets 2 weeks before the event in Nashville, Tennessee. Only 200 people attended the convention. And, when you're at one of those things, you don't really get a lot of time between speakers when you're focused on all that to really meet and greet people at the time. So you get a break here and there. You get lunch, and so I'm sitting at a table. I find myself sitting at a table with my friend, and there's 8 of us at this round table. And directly across from me is this gentleman named Ron, and he said he's from Denver. And I thought that was the extent of the conversation. Again, he was across the table, and it's difficult to have a conversation like that. So I thought to myself, well, that's interesting. 6 people from Denver here in Nashville, Tennessee, out of 200. Huh. And so we go about our day. When the day's finished, there's this gentleman, Tom, and he's in retirement age. And this is something that I saw in hindsight, but it's definitely a God nod. He and his wife, again, they're retired, and we're waiting on her so that we could go to dinner and meet up with the rest of the group. And she comes down finally, and before she gets there, Ron notices my bracelet that Ava gave me when she was 7. About 6 months after her mom went to go fly with the Angels. And it's this bracelet. And I've never taken it off, only to fix the band. And when she gave it to me, she said, "Daddy, this is your heart and my heart." And it melted me. And so I kept it really light with Tom, and I told him that, Ava made this for me, and her mom flies with the Angels, and that's all I told him. Well, here comes his wife, and I extend my hand, and I said, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Ryan." And she says, "Hi, I'm Brenda." And I said to her, "That's the most beautiful name I've ever heard." And she was taken aback and kind of looked at me oddly. And, one of the things that Brenda always wanted me to do was live in the present. She would always say, "You're not present. You're not present. I just want you to be present." I was always thinking about other things that really they don't really matter in the broad scheme of things. So we end up on our way to the restaurant. And that's when Tom got a text, and he said, "Hey, the speakers are over at," what was the name of that place? It was the we were at the Opryland hotel, and it was a bar and grill around the corner. And I said, I think we should go there, Tom. I really do. Something was elbowing me, nudging me. And I said, I think we ought to go over there. Why don't you, text the group back and give them the opportunity to meet us over there? I think that's where we should go. And so he did, and some of them came. So when we got into the restaurant, there were already 4 tables set up. Everyone's, amongst themselves chatting, having a good time. And we just pulled up another table, and I was at the head of that table. And we ended up having a few drinks and dinner. And when dinner was completed, the woman to my right, she had got up and left. And there was the gentleman, Ron, sitting there. And now the seat's empty. So I decided, well, I might as well go and strike up a conversation with Ron. And I do that. I sit down, we reintroduce ourselves. He asked me about the bracelet as well. And he said, do you have little girls? And I said, well, yes, I do. And, we exchanged the ages of our daughters, and they're very similar in age. And then, something kept elbowing me to ask him. And I felt it. And it was like, so what do you do, Ron? And he had said, well, I'm a EMT firefighter in Denver. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. Well, Denver is, we're on the outskirts of Denver where the accident was, and there was a big fire. It was, through the accident, it was a fiery crash. And something kept elbowing me, ask him. And I say, hey, Ron, do you remember that accident that happened where the semi's front tire peeled and he came through the median and he hit her head on? And they went over that retaining wall, and there was a big fire. And at that moment, we locked eyes. And he said to me, I'm the firefighter that removed your wife from the wreckage. And you can imagine the emotions that went through my body at that point in time. Waterworks, tears. I was crying for 5 days. I hugged him immediately, told him I loved him, and that we're brothers for life. Because I knew at that moment the character of that man. And God took all that pain away from me. It was amazing. I thank him every day for it. That was the biggest God nod I've ever had the privilege of experiencing. To this day, we're great friends. We're brothers. Our daughters just had a sleepover together last weekend. And we speak regularly, monthly, all the time, as much as we can. And I can't put into words how grateful I am that I had to go all the way to Nashville, Tennessee to have all of that pain lifted off my shoulders. And I recognize that God did that for me. But it's an unbelievable story. It's true. Through all of that, what I've learned is my faith is stronger than it's ever been. And it's really all about perspective and how you look at things. Time heals. Time heals it all. The most challenging thing I find is being human, especially in this crazy world that we live in. I still have bad days. It's not all roses. We all know this. We all live the same. But I still always ask myself, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want something? How bad are you willing to go for it and get it? I remember having conversations when I was during my rebuilding phase with my friends that would tell me, I just don't have 3 hours a day to work out. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. And I had to learn how to function, being both parents, not knowing what I'm doing, right? Laundry, cleaning the house, everything. But I knew I needed to get in shape. And I told them, it's all about prioritizing and time management and multitasking. How bad do you want it? You don't have to go to the gym and do these things for 2 hours every day. Think about how much time you waste in the day. Like, really think about it. How much time you waste between cooking breakfast, sipping your coffee. You could be doing something if you really want it bad enough. And, I started out completely out of shape. I would put the toast in the toaster. I'd drop and do 60 push-ups. I would serve the breakfast. I would go downstairs, put a load of laundry in. I'd drop and do 60 push-ups. I found myself on my computer at home working with, I'm currently unemployed. I've been unemployed since May. But when I was employed, I'm a business development guy. Between calls, I would drop and work out. I mean, there's always something you can do productive when you really think about all the time you waste in a day. And it really comes down to how bad do you want it? And I wanted it really bad. I wanted it more than anything to get better. Not just for me, but for my family. And what I've really been working on lately is appreciation. Appreciation for everything that I've been given. Things don't happen to you in life. God does things for you. And it's all about perspective. There was something that resonated with me the other day. It has for a while now. But have you ever had a conversation with someone and they've said something to you and it stuck with you? It could be 5 years, it could be 10, it could be longer. For me, it was longer than 10 years. And you're like, wow, that was interesting. I really didn't understand, fully what you meant. And what it was I was out fishing with my buddy, and this older gentleman, he was within earshot, and he overheard me telling my buddy that I have to leave. I've got to go. I have to go home for dinner and a little get together. And the very wise old man at the time turned and looked at me and he said, "You don't have to do anything. You get to do it." And I never really fully understood what he meant until I was supposed to. I've been focusing on with the appreciation part of it just today. Unemployed in this crazy world we live in. Trying to figure out life and where I'm going, what I'm going to do. Because the job search has not been great. But I'm taking the time every morning before I get out of bed to thank God for everything he's given me. that I get the opportunity to get up and attempt to change the world one piece at a time. I get the opportunity to be the best dad I can be. I get to make my daughter breakfast every morning. I get to take her to school every day. We homeschool, but I get to take her to go do those things and sit and have conversations that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I've been working on gratitude a lot lately, especially with, just being, just grateful to just be and leave my worries behind and being able to go to that space. But it took a lot of work and hard work to get there. Like last night with my dog laying at my feet, just soaking in and absorbing all those precious memories that I simply wasn't paying attention to. I think Bren would be extremely proud of me for working on being consciously aware and being present. There's so much in life that we miss with the distractions. But again, I'm really looking forward to this show and the perspective, having incredible conversations with people, guests. It's going to be great. We're going to go places. Who knows where we're going to go? It's wherever the conversation flows. And really, I want it to be about inspiration and strength. What drives you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? No fear. Be bold. Be resilient. Persevere. Don't give up. And remember what's inside you is what matters most. We made it this far together, all of us. I couldn't be more grateful. In fact, like I said earlier, if it wouldn't have been for the event that changed my life forever, I wouldn't know all you wonderful people. And I'm so grateful that I get to know you, because I would not have without that. We all have bad days, but we can all do this, and that's really the message that I wanted to send here today. Strength through vulnerability. Be fiercely vulnerable. I try to look at the good, all the good now. Focus on how we all found each other. God brought us together. After that, God's grace is amazing. Today and days past and moving forward, I've really worked on enjoying the little things in life, the precious moments, the things that really matter. I don't have a lot, but I have my daughter. I have you guys. I have my faith. I have God. I have a roof over my head, and that's all I need. I work every day on continually staying consciously aware and present and enjoying each beautiful moment because they go by so fast. You know, we every one of us know this. We do, but sometimes we need to be reminded and not lose focus. You know, even on the most challenging and dark days, and I still have those, but I thank God that I have all you guys, and I have people, and we all found each other after all that. You know, I focus on the accomplishments. Through all that pain, I still got up every day. And I followed through and worked through it, just like you guys. And there was nothing easy about it. Anything worth having doesn't come easy. I always tell my daughter that. And now I look at what we've all done together to this point, where we are right now. Think of what we've all accomplished through all of this. So much. And there's so much to share. Everybody has an incredible story of perseverance. Don't ever forget that. I often think about how grateful I am after that long, long walk alone through all that darkness in the valley. By ourselves with God. How he brought us all together. Our new family, our newfound family, our friends. Makes me smile. It's powerful. Very powerful. And I think we need to spread that with as many people as we can and encourage them. Let's all be fiercely vulnerable together. What do you think? Well, I guess now it's time for closing for this intro. I want to start out by thanking each and every one of you for joining me and being here today, tonight, wherever you are in the world. I want you all to know that, again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all I've endured. And I'm so grateful that I get to do this. And this episode, or this intro, is dedicated to my beautiful bride who flies with the angels. And I want her to know that I'm forever grateful for her patience with me, because I know I wasn't easy to get along with at first. And to come into my life. I know she'd be proud of me that I'm consciously present, and I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. Thank you for that. And above all, Brent, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for making me a better man. Thank you all. Have a great night. I'll see you soon.
It's amazing how you can can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear people talking out loud. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Old Mr. Webster could never define what's being said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all.
What's happening?
You did an amazing job. An amazing job.
You sure did.
Thank you. That was rough, but also good, right?
Yes.
A lot of good's going to come from it, I hope,
Yes.
for a lot of people.
You better not have all these tears in all your interviews.
Only tonight. I told you I couldn't promise I wasn't going to cry during that song.
I know.
That's a special song.
Yeah.
So
It's one of the hardest things you did right there, man. So any interview past this is going to be a breeze for you.
You know, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. There's a lot of good I feel going to come from it. A lot of joy, a lot of smiles. You know, this was my story that I wanted to share. It's not for everyone. I feel there's a lot of people that it can touch, and
it's not about the tears. If you want to go there, then that's where it'll go. But it's really about strength and pushing people forward. Really, this is the story that I chose to tell.
I'm sure you're not the only one dealing with a similar situation.
Yeah.
So there's going to be
absolutely.
There's going to be a lot of people connected to this.
Yeah, absolutely not. It was the one that I chose to share. I'm sure there's a lot of stories out there of, which is what I want. Fiercely vulnerable. I stood up. I did this, and I'm proud of it. And it wasn't received well, but it was bold. And that's it. It's just the one that I chose to share. Because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met all you people, beautiful people, if it wouldn't have been for that.
It's amazing how God works, isn't it?
It really is. And I think the future is going to be bright. I mean, we've got a long way to go yet, but I think there's going to be a lot of unique conversations in the future with guests that, full of courageous fearlessness, and speaking, their journey, sharing their journey. And it's beautiful. All of them are uniquely beautiful, and they need to be shared to just spread encouragement, right? Courage.
Yeah, I think Trump talks about people need courage, right?
Yeah. I mean, and it's the human connection that really, it's the glue that bonds us all together. It's something that needs to be shared.
Yeah.
So, and as I said the other night, when you're fiercely vulnerable and you share your vulnerability, you're no longer vulnerable anymore because you've shared it. You had the courage to recognize it and share it. And if somebody wants to exploit that or do something that's not honorable with it, they've exposed themselves, but you own it. So you're not vulnerable anymore. And it really promotes healing. So it can't hurt you anymore. Sorry, my nose is clogged. That last song got me. I mean, I prepared for it, but it's something that's dear to my heart. So,
well, did you pick an outro song?
You mean for tonight?
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to go out on?
Whew. Well, I did, but yeah, we'll play that in a minute.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about your first guest?
Yeah. I'm really excited because I think this is an opportunity to share with a lot of really awesome patriots and warriors and just average individuals that cover the spectrum. Could be a guy you meet on the street, right? I'm really excited about my first interview, my first guest. It's not really an interview. It's just a great conversation with a beautiful person. It's my dear friend Rachel. She also goes by Right Side Blonde. She's an incredible human being who's done a lot of great things in the world. And, after that interview, it's going to be followed up with many, many beautiful, awesome stories with, again, patriots and warriors. People have so much to share, and they should. And We've all faced adversity,
Oh, the challenges the past few years.
and it's
Yeah.
how we've pushed through, and then all found each other. And I think that's the beautiful part of the premise of the whole thing.
It's interesting because it's almost like the backstage conversation. That's where you meet the amazing people.
Yeah.
Once they see you stand up to something, or you see someone stand up, you follow them into an alley and have that conversation.
Yes. And instead of being in the dark alley, we're just going to,
We're going to put it out there, brother.
yeah, we're putting it out there. It just breeds strength, in my opinion. And I just urge more to have the courage to do it, and I think we're going to have some really great conversations to share, on a deep level, not just about being a patriot, but just being a human being, person, and I think it's going to be beautiful. I look forward to it.
I look forward to watching.
Yeah.
And then I thank you guys for, the platform and being my friend above all. It's all I ever wanted was
We're
was
not
good.
friends. We're family.
Well, you're right. We're family. That's all I ever wanted, really. That's it.
Yeah.
No more than that. I think it's beautiful. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sorry for having these red eyes. I can't help it. It was just
No, you got to keep
All
talking.
right. I
Chat
have
wants
no
more.
makeup on. My makeup's gone.
yeah, right. Man, it's just I'm blessed truly blessed to have met everyone that has come across my path on this journey, and couldn't thank God more for it. It is just an amazing trip.
Yeah. Love you.
I love you too. I love you guys. I love everybody. All of you.
Yeah, everybody.
Amazing souls. And together we're all going to heal each other in the world. I truly believe it.
Yeah.
I truly do.
Yeah.
It's just don't be afraid to share and just get out there and do it,
Yeah.
Puts a smile on my face that we all found each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is
Dude, you just had your premiere. It's awesome.
right. Well, I hope people like it and it's received well, and
It's been received very well.
we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
I have been humbled in my life, and I'm just so happy and blessed to have met each and every one of you guys. And that comes from the bottom of my heart.
I think we could have a pretty amazing get together if all the chat was able to show up. It'd be freaking amazing.
Yes.
Couldn't imagine how much fun we'd have. Woo.
Right? Yeah, we ought to all maybe get together in some sort of retreat.
Yeah.
Working on that.
Maybe you should tell us about that tomorrow night, Lori.
Yeah, maybe it should. Working on that one.
I think that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Along with Magapalooza, that's an awesome event too.
Yes.
It really is.
That's what I was thinking. Get Enoch involved in that too.
Oh, I think he'd love that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night when
Yeah.
I don't see how anybody wouldn't want to join in on that thing. That sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Z. Oh, sorry.
Z's in the house.
This was phenomenal.
Yeah, the
Phenomenal.
chat's amazing, man. You did an amazing job.
Thank you. You know, you guys have seen more in me than I ever thought I never thought I would do something like this, but
I'm so glad I got to watch that behind the scenes because Testimony Tuesday, I was struggling, man, being on camera while you were telling that story.
Oh,
I know I got way more in depth. I wanted to focus on the positive, right?
Yeah.
And you know, we all been through stuff, but we got to give ourselves credit. We made it, made it through all that, and we're tougher for it. We're better for it.
Yeah.
We found each other through God's grace, and we're going to continue plugging through.
Absolutely.
And that's the message that I want to be received through all of it is, we're all the same. We all have awesome stories to share.
Yeah.
If we're willing to do it, and we should do that. We should go there.
Yeah, our journey makes us who we are, right?
Yeah, and own it, and just keep going. You never quit. You never give up, ever. You just don't.
Yeah.
It's I'm so blessed. I really am, and I know it. It was really difficult at first to see through all that, the sadness, but once you get there, it truly is amazing and beautiful.
Man, they did COVID for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. They did it for us to get through it, battle it, and find each other.
Yeah.
Because boy, did we walk through the valley of darkness.
Whew. And we were the baddest MFers in that valley.
Yes. Yes.
Hope you're healing quickly, Colleen. I've been thinking about you
Yes.
today.
Been praying for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where it all starts for the healing process. I believe, and I want to keep it going.
Yeah.
We've got a long way to go. We're not out of the woods yet, but
Not yet. No, Denise and I were talking about it, and we're at the beginning.
yes, it makes us stronger to do this. Lori, right?
Right. This is where we begin to heal right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for this. It wonderful.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't want the chat to stop. I'm enjoying reading.
I know.
Should we do some music therapy?
I'm down, man. We got
Somebody's always down for music
45
therapy.
minutes to kill.
Could you do
It's
me
your show. You
could
tell me what to do. I'm more than happy to be a DJ.
Could you do me a favor? She always loved Prince, and I like Purple Rain. We sang it together.
You want the live version, or do you want?
Well, that's 18 minutes, and I do love that version. But we should probably play the shorter version and play a few other things. I've got a couple other songs in mind, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Trying to find the right one. Here we go. The official video.
We're supposed to do the Trump dance.
Yeah, there's a
Stormy, come on.
Yeah, we're submitting our Trump dance videos. Hopefully, we can get in Dan Scavino's montage.
I
you
love
have
it.
to video yourself, Ryan, for 10 seconds and send it to
I'll
Put it
do
in
that.
chat.
I'll do that either tonight or tomorrow, if that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I'd like to dedicate this to my father.
Brass Cubes wants to know what T-shirt I'm wearing. Merry Christmas. Shitter was full.
It's a song girls in the band wrote for Lisa and Wendy.
I never meant to call you when you sorrow. I never meant to call you when you pain. I'm the one who wants to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain, purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never wanted to be your weekend lover. All I want to be some kind of friend. Hey. Baby, I can never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship happened with purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you underneath the purple. Honey, I know, times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want to lead up, but you can't seem to make up your mind. Don't think you better close it. Let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. You know what I'm saying about up here? Come on, raise your hand. Purple rain, purple rain. All you want to see
DJ muting his mic.
Hey, sorry.
Purple Rain, man. Purple Rain's that's legendary, and Prince was taken from us for a reason.
I think I got him in our draft.
I think you did. Too.
we need to revisit that draft like soon.
You do.
Yeah, that's one she really loved that song resonates with me. And I was between the song that we played tonight with her at the end and this next one, You, because those are two songs we used to listen to together, burn fires in the back patio and just enjoy life together.
All right, you want to start it?
Yeah, please.
Absolutely.
Nobody else can make me happy. No one could hurt me like you do. You were the only one that mattered. Then you were gone. Love had moved on, left me alone, thinking of you. There was never any other. You and I were created to be true. Isn't it love that keeps us breathing? Isn't it love we're sent here for? Wasn't that love that we were feeling? Something, baby, deep in our soul, deeper than we know, keeping me holding out for you. There was never any question. You be forever on my mind. You and I, we were meant to be together. True hearts in the world where love is dying. I might as well have been dying. We were apart. When you came back, I felt the beating of my There was never any question. You'll be forever on my mind.
You good, brother? Music therapy can kick your ass.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
I picked these on purpose.
You'd be surprised how many times I've sat back here at the battle station, just listen to music and just, shut my door and just, I think it's a guy thing.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you.
or the
No,
drive.
they're all.
Lori's shaking her head. No, it's the guy would the man would much rather be in his car and play some music and just. You're muted, Lori.
Yeah. No, it's a good thing. It's special, is what it is.
I don't think it's just a guy thing though. I like to be alone and just listen to, like, put my earbuds in, be alone, listening to music.
That's why my deer hunting so important. My being out in the woods. I mean, I want to go back to the farm to where I remember growing up and I had a bad day at school. I would take my sketch pad, just go out and sit on this old log and sit there and draw and listen to the old Walkman. You remember the old CD player?
Right.
Just sit out there and just replay stuff in your head. How could you have interacted this way differently? All these different scenarios. Music therapy has always been important to me for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I couldn't agree more.
It's music and it's smell.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So if you see me wipe a tissue, it's only because I'm feeling and I'm okay with it.
It's right.
I really am.
You got some good ones teed up, man. We got a couple more. I mean, I know which one you want to end with. If you have any more, feel free, brother, because
Okay.
we got half an hour. If there's something you want to say, I mean,
Yeah, give me a minute. I'm going to go through some really cool songs that we used to listen to. They're meaningful.
awesome.
Something in your eyes makes me want to lose myself. Makes me want to lose myself in your arms. There's something in your voice makes my heart beat fast. Hope this feeling lasts the rest of my life. If you knew how lonely my life has been,
I don't think I've heard this one,
and
man.
how low
It's a good one.
It is a good one. I like it.
This one was a
so
God nod.
long. If you knew
I fell asleep on the couch and I woke up to this song and I never heard it before in my life.
Wow.
The summer she was on.
change
Yeah. It's like she kicked me and
my
said, "Time to go to bed."
the way you've done. Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I come from. Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. A window breaks down a long dark street, and a siren wails in the night. But I'm alright, 'cause I have you here with me, and I can almost see through the dark there's a light. means to me, and how long I've waited for your touch. If you knew how happy you are making me, I've never thought I'd love anyone so much. Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I come from. Feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong.
Thank you for letting me give a tribute to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she was an incredible woman, true angel. She really was. I'm not sainting her, we got in our fights,
Yeah.
but yeah, she was extremely good human being, one of the best.
I was muted. She made you a good man. I know that, brother.
She did.
Yeah.
I'm forever grateful.
I like this one. I'll just say that right now.
I've had my picture made with Willie Nelson, stayed in a hotel with a pool, driven through New Mexico where the saguaro cactus grow. Felt really small under Mount Rushmore. And made it all the way past Austin city limits, and maybe for a minute I got too big for my britches, but I'm just a dollar store cat. That's all I'm ever gonna be. You can take me out of the country, but you can't take the country out of me. No, 'cause I'm still the girl from Golden. I had to get away so I could grow, but it don't matter where I'm going, I'll still call my hometown home. Slept in a room with the ghost of Graham Parsons. I drank some wine I can't afford. We went to San Antonio, to the river, walking the road he goes. White cliffs Dover from the shore.
Sure did.
And I kind of fell in love with Palm Springs Trailer Park, where those California stars can never steal my heart. 'Cause I'm just a dollar store girl. That's all I'm ever gonna be. You can take me out of the country, but you can't take the country out of me. No, 'cause I'm still a girl from Golden. I had to get away so I could go, but it don't matter where I'm going, I'll still call my hometown home. I'm happy with what I got, 'cause what I got is all I need. Just 'cause it don't cost a lot, don't cost a lot, don't mean it's cheap. Come on, Nashville. Cause I'm just a dime store cowgirl. That's all I'm ever gonna be. You can take me out of country, but you can't take the country out of me. No, 'cause I'm still a girl from Golden. Had to get away so I could go, but it don't matter where I'm going, I'll still call my hometown home. I'll still call my hometown home.
You know what? Casey Musgraves.
Some people just know they can save hundreds.
Casey Musgraves has a gift, man. She is an old soul.
Yeah.
You may keep going.
Oh yeah. What do you got next? Which one?
Dean Martin.
Oh yeah, you got to play that for sure.
Love me some old Dean Martin, man.
I do too.
You got some good taste in music, brother. I'm gonna have to show you how to DJ one night. Just I only have 47 tabs open, so
That's it. That's a good number, 47.
right.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried up on some lines. Keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory. Keeps you ever gentle on the mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on the columns now that binds me. Or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing nor forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find moving on a back road by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on the mind. Well, I dip my cup of soup back from the gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My bed, a rough and coal pile, and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Cup hands round a tin can, I pretend I hold you to my breast and find that you're waving from the black road by the river of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on the mind.
You won't get me singing, man.
I know, right? We used to listen to Dean Martin every Sunday morning. So fun.
Good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, you got to go with that. The next one, yeah.
Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah.
All right. Did I lose sound? Okay, we'll start over. For some reason, if you I'm learning this. If you play too much music, you get an alert in StreamYard and it pauses you. So I'll start it over. I don't know when it stopped. So sorry about that.
Is love so fragile and the heart so hollow? Shadow with words impossible to follow. Saying I'm fragile, try not to be. I search only for something I can't see. I have my own life, and I'm stronger than you know. But I carry this feeling when you walked into my house that you won't be walking out the door. Still I carry this feeling when you walked into my house that you won't be walking out the door. Lovers forever, face to face. My city of mountains, stay with me, stay. I need you to love me, I need you today. Give to me your leather, take from me my lace.
You in the moonlight with your sleepy eyes. Could you ever love a man like me? And you were right when I walked into your house. I knew I'd never want to leave. Sometimes I'm a strong man, sometimes cold and scared, and sometimes I cry. But that time I saw you, I knew with you to light my nights. Somehow I'd get by.
Lovers forever, face to face. My city of mountains, stay with me, stay. I need you to love me, I need you today. Give to me your leather, take from me my lace. Lovers forever, face to face. My city or mountain, stay with me, stay. I need you to love me, I need you today. Give to me your leather, take from me my lace. Take from me my lace. Take from me my lace.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that the one you want?
Perfect.
All right, here we go, brother.
For you, there'll be no more crying. For you, like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world, but most of all, I wish it from myself.
I love you, brother.
I love you too.
The songbirds keep singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Like never before. Like never before.
Was that good or what?
They don't make music like that anymore.
No, they don't. It's soulful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
This is at least two big ones for you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. This so
I have one more between, but I'll send it to you.
okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3 more songs left. Now 2 of these songs is from a movie. So don't judge. I've played this song in music therapy and I got a little bit of flack in the chat.
Yep.
We all know there's some evil people out there, but you also have to remember there's a little bit of truth in every message.
Yeah.
Right?
It's about the lyrics.
Yeah. And it's one of my favorites too, man. This one right here. The other one I'm not as familiar with, but this one hits home. You know what? I'm gonna stop. This is not my favorite one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch back to the actual movie. I think
You
that's
know what? You know what I'd like you to do is play that acapella too of Under Pressure. The wrong one that I sent you the other night.
Acapella Under Pressure?
Do you remember the one that I sent you later and I said I sent you the wrong one?
No, send it to me again.
I'll resend it. Yeah.
Okay. I think the movie one of this is much better than the live one they did for the VMAs. So sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but I picked the wrong one. It hits a little harder.
Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? heart keeping it so hardcore. I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change. And in the bad times I fear myself. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never leave the ground. Crash through the surface when they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. In the shallow, in the shallow.